Rabotai, welcome back. Welcome back to another series of Gemara journey with Rashi. We are continuing with Daf Bet, Amud Aleph. We are starting from the Gemara. This will be part 4 of the Shi'ur. The Gemara begins, Tana Hecha Ka'ai. Where is the Tana standing? The Katani that he taught in the Mishnah, Me'emotai, that he taught in the Mishnah, from when does one recite the Kriya Shema in the evening? Look what Rashi says. If you see there's a Gimel Mem, that means Gemara. Heichel Ka'ai, Tana, where's the Tana standing? What does that mean? So Rashi explains, Meheichel Kasalik, from where did he get up? The Tani Bechovat Kriya Shema, that over there he taught you the obligation of Kriya Shema, Shidchil Lish'ol Kan Zman HaKriya, that he began to ask over here the time to recite the Kriya Shema. Rashi is saying, he says, I don't understand. Rashi is explaining the Gemara, where the Gemara is asking the question, Tana, you want me to recite the Shema from when the Kohanim entered to the Truma? I'm very happy. You tell me when the time is, but first educate me that I have an obligation. If I don't know I have an obligation, what are you even throwing the time on me? So one more time, the Gemara says, Tana Heichika Ayi Dikatani Memotai. Where's the Tana standing that he teaches me? From when does one recite the Kriya Shema? What do you mean from when? First tell me that I have an obligation. Let's see those words in Rashi. Again, Mehega Kasalik, from where did the Tana get up? Excuse me. The Ditnabe that he taught over there, Chovat Kriya Shema, that over there he already taught Kriya Shema wherever he was learning, wherever he was holding in his learning. Shidchil Shulkan Zman HaKriya, that he began over here to ask the time for Kriya Shema. That means he was sitting and learning about the obligation of Kriya Shema. So he began the Mishnah. Memotai Kriya Shema Baravi, from the time when the Kohanim entered to the Truma. From when does one recite the Shema in the evening? From the time when the Kohanim eat the Truma. That means he already in his mind had an obligation that was set for us to say that. Where is he coming from? So Rabotai, one more time. I just want you guys to get the words in the Rashi. Tana Heichikai, the Gemara says, Tana Heichikai, the Ketani Me'emotai. Where's the Tana holding that he begins with the words Me'emotai? So Rashi says, Meheichel Kasalik, from where did the Tana get up? Ditna Bey Chovat Kriya Shema, that over there he taught the obligation of Kriya Shema. So now we hear, Sheitchil Lish'ol Kan Zman HaKriya. So we ask you, that he starts asking over here the time of Kriya Shema. Okay. So we're going to look back into the Gemara. Tana Heichikai, Diktan Memotai, where is the Tana standing? Meaning, where is he coming from that he taught in the Mishnah over here? From when does one recite the Kriya Shema? First time I have an obligation. That's question number 1. Visu, and furthermore, another question. My Shana Ditani Ba'arvit Beresha. And again, why? What difference is there that he began to teach Aravit in the beginning? Litni de Shacharit Beresha. First, go ahead and teach me Shacharit first. Why did you begin with Aravit? Begin with Shacharit. So, Rabotai, so we have over here 2 questions. The Gemara says, Tana Heichikai Diktani Me'emotai. Where's the Tana holding that he's telling me the time for Kriya Shema, where I don't even know that I have an obligation? And Rashi explained, Tana, where did you get up from that over there, wherever you were sitting, you were learning or you were teaching the halachot of the obligation of reciting the Kriya Shema? So now over here you're beginning the question with, from when does one recite that Kriya Shema? That's number 1. And furthermore, he said, what difference is there that you began right now with the evening Shema first? Begin with the morning Shema. Now, very important point. Whenever you see the word lamed before a word, it's usually like a question format, right? Get the format. It's like a question format, right? So, Maishna detani baravid bereisha litni deshachar bereisha. Why do you have to teach me Aravit first? Teach me Shacharit first. So now the Gemara is going to go ahead and is going to answer both of these questions. So we ask the question: what is the Tana going back on? What is the Tana referring on that? Or he's beginning with the time to recite the Shema without even telling me that I have an obligation? No problem. Comes the Gemara says, Tana akra'ai kai. The Tana was referring on the verse. Dichtiv, that is written, B'shachbucha uvkumecha. when you lie down, uvkumecha when you get up. V'hachi katan, and this is how you have to learn the Mishnah, like this. Not me'motai kurin es shema be'aravin. No, this is how you have to learn. You have to change up the Mishnah. Zman kriya shema d'shchiva eimat. The time of reciting the Shema in the evening, when is it? Rabotai, listen to this very carefully. Now, how does that tell me that how do I see from those words in the Gemara that I have an obligation to recite Kriya Shema? Where does it say? Very simple. Because if you pay close attention, it says the Shchiva. Once the Shchiva is going back on Ubeshach when you lie down. So that's what he's telling. This is how you have to really learn it, because the Tana really was going back on this pasuk. So he's telling you, Zman Kriya Shema d'Shchiva Eimat. When is the time of reciting Shema, of lying down? When is it? So he's telling you from where you'll see over there when I'm telling you when is the time of lying down the Kriya Shema. He's telling you over there when is the time from the word of lying down, which it means Ubeshabucha. You have to rearrange our Mishnah, and you have to say from the time of the Kohanim entered the Truma. Meaning, instead of learning the Mishnah the way we've been learning it, excuse me, you have to say the other way around. Zman Kriya Shema d'Shchiva, the time of Kriya Shema, of lying down, which is going to remind me that there's a pasuk in the Torah which says Ubeshach, which tells me I have an obligation. Now, when is this obligation? Yes, Rabotai? Okay. So that's how he goes ahead and answers. So that's what he says. And this is how you have to learn it. The time to recite the Kriya Shema of lying down, when is it? He didn't say the evening Shema. Because when you're going to tell me Kriya Shema be'aravin, I don't really know where's my obligation. But when you tell me Zman Kriya Shema d'Shchiva, now I know that there's obligation. You tell me the time of the Kriya Shema of lying down, which reminds me of Ubeshabucha. Now that I know, which tells me that there's an obligation, and also at the same time he's telling you when you have to start doing it. So that's how you have to learn. This is how you have to learn the Mishnah. Zman Kriya Shema d'Shchiva Eimat. The time of reciting the Shema in the evening, when is it? From the time the Kohanim enter to eat their Truma. The Gemara says, if you're not happy with that answer that I just gave you, if you want, I'll give you another answer. Rabotai. V'i means and if. Ba'it want, ema, I'll say. And if you want, I'll say like this. Rabotai, listen very carefully. Whenever you have an ba'it ema, we want to give you a different answer. This answer is not connected in any way to the previous answer. If you don't like my previous answer, if you think I'm making it up, not a big deal. I'll give you a whole different answer, which will stick with the Mishnah's understanding. How? So he says, V'i by them, and if you want, I'll tell you like this. Let me see something. What? I miss a Rashi. Wait, Rabbosh, we have to do the Rashis. Let's go to the Rashi one more time. We'll have to go back then, no problem. Shh. We said over there, Tana akra'ai kai. Right? We said the Tana is going on the verse. So if you look into Rashi, Rashi says, akra'ai kai, the Tana is going on the verse. Visham lamad uchovat akriya. Over there, wherever he was before, if you paid attention to the previous Rashi, we said, Mehecha kasalit, from where did he get up? Ditna be chovat kriya shema. That over there he taught you kriya shema. So that's what Rashi says over here. Visham lamad chovat akriya. Over there, wherever he was before, he began with the words me'ematai, wherever he was learning before. From here, from this next words, which is ubeshach uvkumecha. That's where we go ahead and we rephrase the whole Mishnah, because he learned it out from the verse ubeshach uvkumecha. So that's why he's telling over here. When we ask the question, I gotta do it in order, okay? So one more time. Where's the Tana standing that is teaching me the mitzvah of from when I have to recite the Shema, but he still didn't tell me that I have an obligation? Visu, and another question I have. Ma'ishna detani arvit bereisha. Ma'ishna detani arvit bereisha litni d'shachet bereisha. What difference is it that you began to teach me the evening Shema? Begin with the morning Shema. Meaning, why did you begin with the evening Shema first? Begin with the morning Shema first. So the Gemara answers, Tana akra'e kai. Tana is going back on the verse of Ubeshach Uvkumecha, And Rashi tells you, Visham lamad chovat kriya. Over there, wherever he was, he learned this obligation that each one has to recite the Kriya Shema from the verses of Ubishav Kumecha. Now we can understand Dichtiv Ubishav Kumecha. Over there, he learned Ubishav Kumecha that there's an obligation ready to learn. That's where we began to tell you from when. So how are you supposed to go ahead and learn this Mishnah? This is how you have to learn it. Zman Kriyat Shema Dishchiva Emat. The time of Kriyat Shema of lying down. When is it? From the time the Kohanim enter to eat their truma. Now, excuse me. Wow, Rabotai, sorry. You know, the funny part is, somebody called me on a Sunday. I was speaking to him, and he lost his voice. Actually, he lost his voice. Like he could barely speak. And he says, I was thinking about you, because after he lost his voice, he says, Rabbi, I was thinking about you the whole time. Bleinar, he says, you just, you have to do whatever, shiurim, you give class, this Bleinar. So it's siyata d'shmai, Rabota. You need heavenly assistance. Everything's from Hashem. And he doesn't speak all day. He's a real businessman. He doesn't speak all day, and he lost his voice. So we want to thank Hashem for that also. In any event. V'ibait ema, Rabota, if you look into Rashi, before I actually continue, v'ibait ema, I want to just show you something what Rashi does. V'ibait ema, and if you want, I'll say like this. Ha ditane Arvin Beresha, this that it taught Arvin, the evening Shema first. Yaliv, Rashi's already telling you what the Gemara is going to say. Rashi's preparing you. Yaliv mibri'ato shalom, he learns it out from the creation of the world. Now you have to understand, why did Rashi have to tell you? What did Rashi do? So when I began explaining the question, I was going to tell you if you don't like the answer. So it's good that I read Rashi, because Rashi is telling us right now, forgot that Rashi, wow. Rashi is telling us right now, we had two questions when we began the Gemara. The first question is, why do you tell me that why do you tell me from when I have to recite the Shema, when you never even told me the obligation? That's question number one. Question number two, we asked, why did you begin with the evening Shema? Why don't you begin with the morning Shema? So comes Rashi says, that verse, Ubishav of Kumech, I can use for both questions. Because, right? Why do I have to begin with the evening Shema? Because Ubishav of Kumech is when you lie down. That was first, so I began with Kriyat Shema first of the night. But now comes Rashi says, if you don't like that answer for the second question, let me make that correction. Because for the first question, it really answers. Because from what we're going to see, the next answer is not going to be able to answer the first question. But the second question, it answers. So that's what Rashi says. And if you want, I'll say, Haditani Arvin Beresha, this that it taught the evening Shema first, Yalav mibriato shalom. You learned it out from the creation of the world. So let's go back into the Gemara. And if you want, I'll say like this. It's going on the second question. Why did the Tana begin with the evening Shema instead of the morning Shema? So he says, Yaliv mibriato shalom. He learned it out from the creation of the world. He learned it out that, why did I begin with the evening Shema? Because of the creation of the world. What does that mean? Because it's written in the verse, Vahi Erev, Vahi Boker Yom Echad. It was the evening, it was morning, it was day one. So comes the Tana and he's telling it's very simple why I learned it that way. Because Hashem also started that way. Hashem started with the evening and then the morning. So I also start with the evening Shema and then the morning Shema. But Rabotai, if you pay attention, Vahi Erev, Vahi Boker Yom Echad will not solve the first question. Where does it show me that there's an obligation? That's why when it comes to Ubishav of Kumecha, it can answer two questions. When it comes to Vahi Boker Yom Echad, it can only answer the second question, which is what we asked was, why did the Tana begin with the evening Shema and not the morning Shema? Okay. So the Gemara says, Ihachim. The Gemara says, if that is the case, if what you tell me right now is so true, Vahi Erev, Vahi Boker Yom Echad, right? Because you follow the creation of the world, so just like Hashem began with night, so you begin with the halachot of night. You begin with the evening Shema. Okay, good. If that's the case, say for in the end of the Mishnah, the katani b'shachar mevarech shtam lefanech v'achad le'acharecha. Before we continue, Rabotai, if you look, there's a small vav. You see, there's a small vav next to the word b'shachar. I want you to look into Masechet Shas over here, right over here. Otvav, I wanted to show you something. He says over there, Otvav, Lekamen in Daf Yud Aleph, Amud Aleph. Later on, if you look into page 11, side 1, you will find this Mishnah over there. He says later on, you know something? Let me see something my boy said. Just want to show you how simple Torah can be, enjoyable it could be. You could love it, Rabotai. Just, if once you get hooked, you get hooked. Did he die? Okay, here we go. Rabotai, watch this. Daf Yud Aleph, Amud Aleph, right over here. If you pay close attention, right on the bottom. Let me see if I can get my pen on it. Where is it? Let me highlight it. A second. I believe that when we get it, we'll see it. Watch this. Okay. If you see right over here on the bottom, it says, if you see right over there on the highlighted part, this is page Yud Aleph Amud Aleph. Rashi is telling you why in this Mishnah over here, not Rashi, the Gemara, Mikilam. So let's go back. So the Gemara says, if so, if you want to learn out from the creation of the world that you had to begin with the evening Shema, good. If so, Seifa later on in page 11, side 1, the Katani b'shachar mevarech shtayim lefarech, what we just saw. In the morning, you're going to bless 2 before the Kriya Shema. You have to say 2 berachot before Kriya Shema. Ve'achat la'acharech, and then you're going to bless 1 blessing after Kriya Shema. Ube'erev mevarech shtayim lefarech, and in the evening of Shema, you're going to bless 2 berachot before Shema. U'shtayim la'acharech, and you're going to bless 2 berachot after Shema. That is the Mishnah over there. So if what you tell me right now is the emes, that vahi'er vahiboker yom echad, so that's why I began with the evening Shema. Why does the Mishnah over there begin with the morning Shema? Let it also begin with the evening Shema. Look what the Gemara says. Litni, again the Lamed, pay attention to the Lamed. It's a question, it's an attack. Litni the Arabit. Why don't you teach over there that Arabit is first? The evening Shema. Teach me the evening, teach me the evening berachot first, and then teach me the morning berachot. If vahi'er vahiboker is so important. So he says, no, he answers. He says like this. Tana patach be'arvit. The Tana really opened up with Arvit. He really opened up over here with the halachot of Arvit when you have to say the Shema in the evening. V'hadar tani b'shacharit. But then he went, after he taught Arvit, he had to go teach you halachot of Shacharit. If you look into Rashi says on the bottom, V'hadar tani b'shacharit. And then he wanted to teach you the halachot of Shacharit, the morning. Meaning, memotai kuriya Shema b'shacharit. Pay close attention, Rabotai. There's an ot yudchet. If you look into the Masechet Shas, ot yudchet, which is later on, which is in Daftet Amud Bet, he shows me. It says Lekamen means later on. Daftet Amud Bet. Rabotai, I'm not going to go back and forth. But this is, you guys get the drift. So, why is this, Rabotai? Since the Tana opened up over here in Daf Bet Amud Aleph with Aravit, you have to tell you from when does one recite the Kriya Shema in the evening. The next step is to teach you when do you recite this, from when do you recite the Shema in the morning, which is in on page 9, side 2. Correct? Yes. Yes. So that's what he's telling you over here. That's what Rashi is telling you. What's the name of, how does the Mishnah start there? From when does one recite the Shema in the morning? So back into the Gemara. So he says over here, I'm so sorry guys, 1 second. Tana, here. Tana patach be'arvit. The Tana opened up with Arvit, the laws of the evening Shema. From when do you recite the evening Shema? Which is taught on Daf Bet Amud Aleph. V'hadar tani b'shacharit. And then he went and he taught you the halachot of Shacharit. From when do you recite the morning Shema on Daf Tet Amud Bet? Adikai b'shacharit. Now that is speaking about the laws of the morning Shema, Parish Milit Shacharit, he goes and he tells you other halachot matters of Shacharit, meaning the berachot, 2 berachot before, 1 bracha after Shema. V'hader parish mili de arvit, and then it goes back later on. It goes back and it tells you the v'hader parish mili de arvit. Then it goes back and tells you the laws of the evening Shema. So you're right. It really should have been like Erva Yibokir Yom Echad, true and true. But what do you want me to do? He's telling me very simple. Since I had to open up with the Arvit of Shema, then once I tell the Arvit when you have to begin to recite the Shema in the evening, I have to tell you when do you begin to recite the Shema in the morning. Once I'm already there, might as well tag along the morning Brachot and then the Arvit Brachot. So that's what he says. That's what he gives the answer. So really, you don't have any question. Because what was our question? If I Erva Boker Yom Echad is so important, so why later on did you begin? Meaning in page. One second, I just 1 second. Let's get these pages down. Yud Aleph, Amud Aleph. Right. So why later on page 11, side 1, did you begin with the Brachot of Shacharit first? You should begin with Arvit. He's like, you're right, no problem. I have an answer for you. I began with Arvit. Then I went to Shacharit Shema, the time for Shacharit of Shema. Then while I was in Shacharit of the time of Shema, I decided to tag along the Brachot of Shema for Shacharit. And then I tagged along the Brachot of Arvit. So really we have no questions on the Tana Kama. Rabotai, let's just do the Gemara one more time. If you guys pay attention, there's 2 dots in the Gemara. When there's 2 dots, we want to finish like that, but another. If I can finish like that with the 2 dots always, it's better because now it finishes the matter. Because from then it's going to start bringing another point. So let's just do the Gemara one more time. Or you guys want me to do the Mishnah one more time with you? Okay. Let's do the Mishnah. I'm timing. I have over here watching for me. I'm going to time myself, Rabotai. Again, you have to understand. I just want to show you that it's doable. Don't allow people to discourage you. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Rabotai, the eye sees and it fears. The hands work and they get it done. With siyata d'shma, with heavenly assistance, you will be surprised. So Rabotai, let's just do from the Mishnah until the Sudas, which is 3/4 of the Gemara, and show you Rabotai. You know something? I'll do it in English. It's going to be probably 30 seconds more. But I'll do it in English and I'll show you how beautiful it could be. And then when you have to start doing Daf Yomi, you could be flipping Daf Yomi. You could be doing 10 Masechet and 1 shot Daf Yomi. Because it won't take you 45 minutes or an hour like this. It's going to be like water. Okay, here we go. 1 second. I just want to see. Okay. Me'emotai korin eshma be'arvin. From when does one recite the Shema in the evening? From the time the Kohanim enter to the Truma. Until the end of the first watch. That is the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer. Say until midnight. Until dawn. The Mishnah, there was a story with Ram Gamliel's children came from a wedding feast. Amrulo, they said to him, we did not recite the Shema. Amrulahem, he said to them, if dawn has not come up yet, you are obligated to recite the Kriya Shema. Not only this, the Chachamim say that until Chatzot, rather, the Chachamim say until midnight. The mitzvah is until dawn. When it comes to the burning of the fat in the limbs, the mitzvah is until dawn. And everything that has to be eaten in one day, meaning the consecrated meat, it's until dawn. If so, why did the Chachamim tell me at Chatzot? In order to distance a person from sin. Where was the Tana standing? That he told me that I have that from when does one recite the Kriya Shema, but he did not tell me the obligation to recite the Kriya Shema. And furthermore, why did he teach me Arvit first? Teach me Shacharit first. Tana Akraikai. The Tana was really going on the verse because it's written in the verse when you lie down and when you get up. And this is how you have to learn the Mishnah. The time of reciting the Shema of the evening of lying down. When is it? From the time the Kohanim entered to eat the Truma. If you want, I'll give you another answer for the second question. He learned it out from the creation of the world. Like it says, like it says, and it was evening, it was morning, and it was day one. If so, so if so, in the later on where it teaches that in the morning you have to bless 2 brachot before the Shema and 1 bracha after Shema, and then in the evening you have to bless 2 brachot before Shema and 2 brachot after Shema. Why don't you teach me Arvit first? Tana patach ba'Arvit, v'hada Tana b'Shacharit. The Tana opened up with Arvit and then he went back to teach the halachot of Shacharit. Adikai b'Shacharit, while he was still in Shacharit. Parish Mili, the Shacharit, he was teaching the laws of Shacharit, v'hada Parish Mili, the Arvit. And then he went back and he taught you the halachot of Aravit. Rabotai, I think around 3.5 minutes. Again, that's with English. English, Rabotai, but in Hebrew it's much more easier. And it's clear, Rabotai, it's clear. In any event, Rabotai, we do conclude. I did record a previous Gemara to this, which was part 3. And I said over there that it was actually Shabbat, because I forgot that I'm trying to do every single week, for every single day, for every single day I'm trying to do basically four Gemara recordings. So I realized this morning when I was doing the recording that I had one more to go. So I said in that recording that it's Shabbat and so on and so forth. And then I remembered after that I had to do more. So that's what I'm recording now. In any event, whatever I said there, Rabotai, applies here also. Have a great day. Shabbat Shalom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu bless you guys with all the Brachot. Become big Talmidei Chachamim. Hashem should shower you with blessings ad belidai. Chazal tells us, what does it mean ad belidai? Until a person's lips become worn out from saying Hashem, enough. B'ezrat Hashem, Rabotai, you sit and learn Torah, you'll see how Hashem is going to arrange everything for you. It's going to be like the flat, when the Jews were walking and Hashem was always flattening everything out before them. B'ezrat Hashem, Rabotai, have a blessed day.